This video pertains to the removal and installation of an AC compressor on a 2002, I believe, through 2005 or 6 Honda CRV. I saw many videos out there. The one was very good, straight and to the point. Talked about removing lowering the 2 bolts on the back of the subframe, removing the front 2 bolts in the subframe using jack stands and jacks, and then also the engine mount bolt on the front, and then lowering the front of the subframe down to where the AC compressor would come right out. That part I really liked, and that is what I did. I did something else also after watching some other videos. So I decided to take the stuff off the top here. It's just a couple shields and the grill, which was easy. Then I took this bracket off right here. Then the one that's on that side also. And that allowed me to pull the radiator back towards me and be able to pull this fan and shroud out. As you can see here, there's only a bolt here and a bolt here. This plug right here, and then your AC compressor plug mounts on here. So once you unplug the AC compressor, you also have to work with this piece of plastic to get your plug off of there. And I was able to pull back the radiator just enough. I'm gonna pull this bracket off, just enough to get that out and to move the overflow tank over out of the way. And then you can get right down there to the compressor. You can see the lines coming off right now. That gave me a lot of access, and I'm really glad I took the extra probably 15 minutes to make that happen because of all the access I had for the top bolts and the lines going to the AC compressor. I do go to Honda and get new O-rings, even though I know they're just O-rings, but that way I know I got the right size and I'm not messing with this anymore. Other than that, once I did that, once I removed the belt, go underneath and took the bottom 2 bolts out there, drop down the front of the subframe, and the AC compressor does hook up onto its mount, so you have to kind of pick up on it, and then it'll come forward, and you have to finagle it a little bit, but it'll come right out of there, almost straight out towards you. And other than that, it all worked really well. I was able to get everything buttoned back up in there, and I'm getting ready to put all this back together right up top. That's why I want to do this video now. So I hope this helps somebody. It was probably, start to finish, probably a 5-hour job. As long as you just take your time. I don't get in a rush. I never seize anything that I put back together in case I ever have to do it again. Now, this doesn't include vacuuming it down and putting Freon in it, but this was the hardest part of all, and it worked really well. As far as all the bolts, most of them were 10 millimeter. The AC compressor bolts were 12 millimeter. As far as the mounting bolts, the ones there on the lines were 10, and then your subframe bolts were all 17 millimeter. So yeah, it worked really well, and it wasn't a bad job at all. Just got to take your time and not get frustrated with it. So I hope this helps somebody out, and just remember, all it takes is your own ambition.